Hi all, Sunchipp here. Um, it's official that Colnce-chipp's Revenge is a year old. So with this said, I decided to make a little video on things you might not known about this animation that came out a year ago. So with that said, let's get started, and I hope you enjoy. Colnce-chipp's Revenge, a little Super Sunchipp Adventure animation I actually decided to make. However, it's not little. It's the longest animation that I've actually made, including breaking a record for the most pictures taken. 6,646 pictures total, while being separated in 5 different folders. This here is actually a mimic of the Universal Studios logo. Because of me not being so big, I just decided to put myself on the moon. This here is an actual picture of the Forks Diner itself. Now I actually work there as a dishwasher, so that gives me less time from being in Sunchipp. Colnce-chipp's Revenge is also known as the animation for the most actors, including our first female actor, thanks to Bernaya Medina herself, for the part of Lisa.
Try telling that to Butcher.
Hold on. What?
This animation also brings us to have an actual British actor on the film itself, who plays Butcher, special thanks to Lloyd Bailey.
I'll be back.
This animation actually took me a while to make, January
Why?
all the way to June.
Nothing.
Because of me not knowing how long this would actually take, I decided to change up the walking animation just so it'll take me less time. I usually have the arms moving. This time I just made it look like they're just walking with their hands in their pockets. And what a way to start a video too. Try to hide the bad guy a little bit, just so he could kidnap the girl. Seems typical, right?
Sunchipp, help!
Sunchipp, we got... Oh man, Sunchipp. It smells like you've killed someone.
Of course, I had to be the one to go and record an actual toilet flush.
We have no time to...
That was when I was actually still in high school.
Yeah.
Yes, I graduated this year, thus giving me actual time to work on this video in general. So, I had to record that toilet flush. Don't mind me. It's just the typical, I have to record everything moment.
Hey, you forgot to pay! Here's a tip.
I hated doing these special effects, and throughout the animation you can see animation errors of what I was trying to do. However, this is why I had more pictures than usual, because of most of the special effects that was actually done. I was trying to take away pillars that every object was being held on. So, yeah, that's one reason why I hated that, and you could sometimes even see the pillar that it was standing on. Leave it to me to be the most emotional after seeing this intro for the first time. Because of this animation being such the longest that I've actually made, that got me emotional. As a matter of fact, seeing this for the first time, I jumped out of my seat and just cheered on. Yes! It was really that emotional for me. I was just upset that I was the only one in the house for me to see this. This was amazing. I can't believe it. Now, this 3D modeled animation actually took me a while. and it has been through some changes. Especially with Lloyd Bailey, although I actually didn't change anything for him because I lost everything. The only issue with this intro is Lloyd Bailey's last name is spelled completely wrong. Luckily, I managed to fix that at the ending credits. Luckily, I don't think anybody has noticed. Anybody else noticed any character cameos? I took a freeze frame of it, so if you see who you actually think you see, let me know, and I'll let you know if you're right. Okay, we just decided to add this in just to be stupid. We wanted a car chase, and we needed to have some guy who's paying no attention to his surroundings. So we gave him some music, and this song was actually found on my Casio keyboard. So we just decided to search up the song, find the actual title to it, and just play it through the video itself. Have it like he's listening to it. You can only hear the song and a tiny bit of the motors.
That flag.
So, yeah. I guess that's all I gotta say for that part. The introduction to Sam Barstow. He's a character that we just needed to have in. Not a normal everyday Super Sunchipp Adventure character, just someone we needed.
Just someone who's trying to figure something
Sam
out.
Barstow is a character that has been mistreated by Sunchipp, all just because his curiosity killed his cat. In other words, he just became so curious that he made things a lot harder for the other characters.
Like what I said. Who are you?
Sounds
My name is Sam Barstow.
a bit typical.
I've come here to find out
Don't
a
get
few
curious. There's a
things.
lesson learned out of that.
Come to an old beat-up shack.
Hold on. Leave it to me to mention something about a stereo system. Colnce-chipp's car is actually based off of an actual Russian car. I have no idea what the name of the car is, but we just decided to take a peek at this Russian car shown right here, and just take parts, put it together, and have like little Back to the Future tires coming up when it flies. So yeah, that's a little thing. It's an actual vehicle in Russia.
Copy of me who only speaks Russian, but understands English. Don't ask me how that's possible, but it is.
Okay, there could actually be two possibilities that this can actually happen. He's either learning English slowly, although through the end he actually does speak English, or it's just because he's in Morgansburg and his dream is to be Russian, so Morgansburg gave him the ability to speak Russian instead of English. So he'll still understand English, but he'll only speak Russian. Why anybody would want to become Russian? It's all up to them. I wouldn't know. I'm not trying to sound horrible or anything. I'm just making a statement.
Same thing goes for me.
That dog just talked. There's a caller that can translate his thoughts. Oh.
So it's like the dogs from that Disney Pixar's Up. That's actually where I took it from. Don't tell Disney.
Yeah, I'll pass.
That frog's jump turned out to be the best actual can't see the whole pillar thing in this video. I don't know why, but I don't like frogs, and it turned out that was the best part for some reason. I don't like frogs because of a backstory, and don't get me started on that backstory. Oh, also, if you remember Disasters of the Night that I have made back in 2010 through 2012, there's a character by the name of Forian, and now Forian makes a cameo in all of my videos. So if you haven't seen it, let me actually rewind to that part so you can actually see him.
Well, I saw a weird swirly thing, so I thought I'd follow you through it.
The Cargress scene. Fun little scene. This one, the Cargress is actually fake. I decided to work on the Cargress through a program, and it's like, okay, it saves as a PNG image, no background, so I'm just going to slide it and have its door open. Alright, not an issue. But the main issue was this. The lighting of the inside of the Cargress. I actually had to do that throughout the middle of the day just so I could have better lighting for the inside of the Cargress. Still turned out to be a fail, because you could still see that I had to have a light shining down. And you can see the light because that's how poor the light was. I need to grab myself a whole nother light next time I decide to make an animation. Although, last time I decided to make an animation behind aperture walls, that got cancelled due to the lack of time and other things that actually can't be controlled. And that part, when that little bridge broke, it actually did snap, so I'm just like, okay, I gotta be cautious of this, so I'm just trying to make him step in a spot that actually won't indent. I've actually received some feedback on this scene itself. From fans and some of the actors in this video, they told me that this scene was actually one of the most gruesome scenes that I have actually worked on. All just because of a human heart showing, beating. And that just goes to show that the Cargress was alive. However, I did not expect to hear feedback saying that this was a gruesome scene for the movie. As a matter of fact, one fan actually told me that he had to look away. So, that's just what I have received.
Now you will die.
Now, I originally had animated water, but while I was looking for the water itself, I couldn't find it in any of my files. It turns out I forgot to copy it into a flash drive. So that is why when the water's showing, rising, it doesn't move. It's just 8-bit water took from Super Mario Brothers. So that explains why the water is so poor.
I think we may have an escape route.
Sunchipp, you're not going through one of your crazy spells again, are you?
I'm dead serious.
That line there, I actually do have crazy spells every once in a while. Especially when I get super tired.
We have to stay in this spot here.
So that's actually based off of reality. I wanted to try to put some reality parts in with the actual characters itself. And apparently crazy spells for my character, Sunchipp, also known as me,
Okay, I see what you're
that had to be mentioned.
Hold on to your butts. This is going to get pretty bumpy.
While I was working on this, I was dating my ex. And while I was working on this, I had 2 close members die. But let's not talk about that right there. But I heard from my ex through this part,
I don't need
that line there can actually be taken sexual. But from what I have aimed for, I actually stole that line from Jurassic Park. And, well, you could guess the rest.
Hold on to your butts. This is going to get pretty bumpy.
Hold on to your butt.
Are we dead?
Nope.
If it wasn't for me, you'd all be dead.
I also received some feedback with the quality issues. Nah, they're not quality issues. It's just a voice effect. A Stormtrooper voice effect to be exact. Basil and Turbocharger have this effect. Also me for a few lines, but then I also changed it up because I found on that same video on how I learned the voice effect, I also got a pretty good result, but that'll come later. I'll amplify that when it actually gets to that scene. Also, back in 2008, when I started animation, before Sunchipp, obviously, I've started animation, and Basil was actually going to be one of the characters.
Her name is
However,
Lisa,
I lost the
and
original
boy,
Basil
she's
when
the
I was
most
real little.
beautiful girl I've ever met.
So, alright, not an issue. Amazon's probably gonna have him. Okay, yeah, Amazon had it. So, just grab the character all over again.
I just
So,
hope
this
nothing happens
Basil
to her.
is actually the second Basil I have had in my life. These guards you are seeing, the black one and then the red one later, those guards are actually taken from Star Wars. Since I didn't want to think of any other guards for myself, I just wanted to find something that looked cool. So, just take the ones from Star Wars. Be lazy. Don't worry about working on actual guards. Just steal them right from a whole nother movie.
So let me get this straight. You've planted a seed that almost caused the entire world to end?
Yeah,
And this plant, you took Lisa for?
I don't know why. All I know is that he was planted in my backyard during a bad storm, and it almost destroyed my home.
I see. But how does one seed mess things up?
I heard that people in Germany were testing out orchard seeds, and unexpectedly one managed to fall into a bag of normal orchard seeds that were shipped to me. After a while, Pitchness told me that there was a P on the seed, thus creating me.
Okay, that whole entire conversation was actually important. That whole entire conversation explained what happened throughout the first Super Sunchipp Adventure story. And it's accurate, yes. And yeah, Pitchness was planted through a bad storm. That's what kind of caused him to become himself. The actual thing was the P on the seed. Like, literally, letter P on the seed. There's still a lot more that has to be thought of. So, stick with me here.
Will my friends help? Did you just...
You're just someone who decided. 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 You're just someone who decided to follow me here into a secret dimension that no human on Earth should know about.
You're someone who decided to follow me into a secret dimension that no human should know about.
Okay, I apologize here. I had to put a beat to that together. All just because someone had to introduce auto-rap to me. That's what you get for being bored out of your mind through a whole entire animation process. I should have also mentioned, there's also another line stolen from another movie. Now, it's an older movie, somewhat like Jurassic Park. However, a lot of people that I talk to, they barely heard of this movie. It's not one of the most popular. Well, actually it is. It brings back a lot of childhood. But let me play that part of this video that I've made and then play that part of the movie. Maybe some of you might actually know what I'm trying to refer to here.
I just want to remind you, I'm not human.
Destroy all the humans. I just wanted to remind you that I am not human.
Out of the way!
Keep a sharp eye on them.
I also want to rewind a little bit, because there is a little funny thing I want you all to pay close attention to. They won't eat, sleep, talk, or text, right? That's where these images come from.
Colnce-chipp and his fortress. Yeah, but there's guards in the fortress at all times. They won't eat, sleep, talk, or text. All they would do is their job, and they won't let anyone in.
Alright, so they are not doing their job. But let's forget about that for now. Here's the part where Brian Smith comes in. Now, there are some things I actually have noticed, and there is actually one comment someone actually told me. The one thing I noticed, Brian Smith plays a lot of doctors. Now here's the other thing someone has actually told me. The way Dr. Pepper's head looks, It's kind of sexual to say right here as of now, but just think about what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to make this video all sexual, but these are just, I'm just blabbering out what people are telling me. So, pardon me for all this, but also, Dr. Pepper's name, in general, was an accidental thought. We were drinking a soda, and all of a sudden, hey, why not Dr. Pepper? So, okay, that works.
Sunchipp?
Yes, I work as Colnce-chipp's henchman in Germany.
You must be American because you don't have the German accent.
Neither does Colnce-chipp, but he's German.
He's got a point. More like a long curved head. Was ist los, Pitchness? I feel a disturbance coming from the forest.
I'm getting a lot
I
of
feel it
use
too.
the force jokes with that. I don't care if it's similar to I'm getting a disturbance from the force.
Or fool plant.
It's more like a special ability that plants have. They have a sense with other plants. So, or just other life forms in general. So, yeah, just wanted to point that out. Also, when them two baby dragons came in, you could hear a little growl. That growl is actually a cry of a Zigzagoon from Pokemon. Let's take a closer look at that.
Sounds like
Star Wars sounds... Okay, yeah, I'm noticing they're in a lot of movies. So why can't I have Star Wars sounds for myself? Okay, now I do. I also got a comment from the sound effects that Pitchness makes when he goes plant. Well, because of him being a plant, but that's not the point right now. A lot of people say it's someone trying to kill somebody in a very gruesome way. No, it's the actual sound itself is literally just a tree falling down. So, don't try to say, hey, Sunchipp, you're becoming darker than what people have actually think you are. You people drive me nuts.
Never mind. Let's just head to Colnce-chipp's fortress.
Colnce-chipp's fortress. This scene was fun. However, this scene was actually slowed down. The speed that Blender makes when it renders, it's kind of fast. I could try to find a way to go back to the actual speed itself. However, that's going to be fun. I'm probably not going to be doing that, but it was pretty fast, so I just had to slow it down just so you could get a better look at the fortress. And if you take a closer look, the bridge is detached from the fortress itself. That was not planned until I actually got a closer look when I was watching the final product. So, yeah, this scene was really fun. I also got a bunch of comments from a bunch of people saying that you can see a face in the design of the fortress. I saw it a little bit here and there, but then when I got a closer look at it, okay, yeah, I'm actually starting to see it. So, I just thought I'd point that out as well.
I found these three hanging out near the village. This one tried to shoot me. Luckily for me, he's a terrible shot.
What Stephen Culp just said right there was not in the script. It was just something that he wanted to put in, just like, okay, yeah, we need some sort of brutal thing for Turbocharger. Yes, Turbocharger turned out to be a villain, but hey,
Where am I?
what could go wrong?
Me being an experienced explorer, I'd say we're in the chamber!
Well, if this is a chamber, there should be a chamber pot somewhere.
Okay, that line right there was not in the script either. For many of you who don't know what a chamber pot is, and I'm lucky I actually have one myself, these were actual portable toilets that were used for the World War II ages. Anne Frank actually had this in her diary. And the funny thing is, they used them mainly to hide from Hitler. So that was actually pretty smart right there. The only issue is with the chamber pots, you gotta clean them. You gotta clean them. There's no plumbing in them at all. As a matter of fact, here's a picture of the one I have sitting in front of me at the moment. So, alright, here you go. And actually, yeah, this is cleaned. Just to let you know what's actually happening. We just have a whole bunch of antiques.
Not knowing where he was going, he ran into a trap that was meant to be for Sunchipp, by the looks of it. Then we got thrown in here.
I was looking for a dryer.
Why? Never mind.
Okay, so there's a little story behind this as well. 2012, on a Black Friday sale, I believe Sears maybe, there was a whole crowd of a bunch of people just waiting in line just to grab something. And did I mention this was a Black Friday sale? I forgot. But anyway, it's a Black Friday sale. Someone had to take a major dump, and he or she did not want to get out of line. So there was a dryer right there, and this guy or lady, whoever, decides to take a crap inside the dryer. So whoever bought that dryer, they must have flipped out when they got that dryer to find a turd of poo in there. So I feel bad for the guy who actually got that dryer. I also just discovered while working on this video, Sam, all this time, if you recall, he was looking for a chamber pot in the chamber. All this time, throughout the entire video, Sam had to take a dump. This the whole entire time, he had to take a dump. He was looking for a toilet. So instead, he was looking for a dryer. Now he's looking for a toilet. He has to take a dump. Now, I wonder if he actually got a chance to take that dump.
Something's telling me that looking at another person who looks like Sunchipp won't help.
It doesn't. Plus, someone who will look like Sunchipp won't be the same as my Sunchipp.
Hey, Lisa. I wish there was a way when I could help. But knowing that...
I know. Sunchipp's dead. There's no way to bring him back.
Besides the sword of pitchness.
How are we supposed to get it? We're locked up. Trapped. Doomed! We may as well die in here.
No one dies when Basil's around.
Then, what should we do?
I'll hack into this computer over here and signal for help.
Hold on. I thought this place had no technology.
Apparently, Colnce-chipp had a generator somewhere hidden in the fortress. Of course.
So I had this part longer for a reason. One was the sound used for the computer. That's actually to log into the computer in a Pokemon game. Now with the Sword of Pitchness, this is more of a longer story here. The Sword of Pitchness is actually the self-explanatory, the Sword of Pitchness. It's the sword that Pitchness owns. And whoever gets this sword, or whoever has this sword in the wrong hands, they could do some serious damage with a whole bunch of plants, or what I like to call the power of the plant. Now, in this story, the sword, because of it having the power of the plant, it can bring life. Although the only issue is you have to sacrifice someone in order to bring someone back to life. So, Pitchness, for an example, would have to sacrifice his life for Lisa. And that actually happened in the actual story. Lisa dies from Colnce-chipp, and then Pitchness sacrifices his life for Lisa and for Sunchipp at the same time, because Sunchipp is madly in love with Lisa. So, okay, enough said.
Told for me.
Duh.
Steven was laughing at this whole entire part here. It plays action music, all just because he was running in just to wonder what Colnce-chipp called him for. Well, hey, it's Turbocharger. You gotta have, like, villain music for some sort of thing. And you could also still see the boss. Well, looks like it actually won't be the last time you'd be hearing from it.
Going to get one of the guard suits.
Alright, there was a fade transition there. Originally, I wanted to have like a 3D model camera just going up a hill or something like that. However, with Blender, it kind of failed. So, I'm just like, okay, I think my only option right now is just to have a fading transition. Also, I just wanted to play that one scene when when Pitchness just goes and smacks a guard with a stake. I thought that was just kind of interesting for me.
Hold on, wait a minute. Who's this?
Just someone we picked up on the way here.
Okay.
Also, I mentioned something about a voice effect earlier. Here it is. Just listen. It's awesome.
Are you was nicht?
This is someone who just came to destroy the fortress. I think he should be locked up.
You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Although the sad thing is, you gotta have a good bass for it to actually sound better. Now, here's another thing that people have told me. Colnce-chipp's bowler hat, it's like, every time I try to draw it, people are like, hey, are you drawing the one from Meet the Robinsons? Well, that's what I wanted to have, like, a robotic hat, and I just like, okay, let's have a Russian with a bowler hat, if that makes sense. So I'm like, okay, I give it some legs, and ever since then, people had been like, hey, Meet the Robinsons! I completely forgot about the movie. I've only seen it like once or twice, and that was years ago when it first came out. So, people are reminding me about it, and it's just wanting me to see it all over again, just so I'm like, hey, this guy must be Colnce-chipp from the future, although he speaks English. But anyway, that's just what people have pointed out.
Sunchipp?
Hey.
Is it really you? It is you!
Sunchipp!
I hate to break up the moment, but we gotta get moving.
Pitchness?
He's with me, Lisa. He's the one who brought me here.
Yeah, probably trap you in here with us.
I was with them the entire time.
I should have also mentioned
Save you, Lisa.
some lines were accidentally left out and some lines were purposely left out. For one, Lisa was originally gonna say, "This is why I love you," and stuff like that. Because of her age at the time, she was probably like 14 at the time. I don't know. I keep forgetting when I do stuff like this. Either 14 or 13, I can't remember. But because of that age, she's mostly old enough to be my younger sister. So, and that's what we consider as for each other, just younger sisters. But during this time, we were kind of afraid to put that part in because of some other issues at the same time. Um, and people would honestly think that we were going to be dating at the time. But like what I said previously in this video, I was dating my ex at the time. And she actually was 14 at the time. My ex, that kind of made it worse on my half. It's like I'm 17 at the time, going on 18 while working on this video. And she's only 14. I could be arrested, so I had to think of a lie just to get rid of her. Turns out, it kind of got rid of her for good. I wasn't planning on that to happen. So, that's an official issue. I was hoping we'd actually still be friends and all that, but it turns out the way I said it, I cheated on a fictional May character. It's a problem now. So she's done with me.
A generator room? Okay then. Alright, thanks. Wow.
Okay, this part actually never existed before. This part is actually part of an extensional script that Stephen Culp decided to write just for the hell of it. And it actually made sense for this video too, because Lisa mentioned something about a generator earlier in the video. And we're like, okay, they're just going to have a battle with Colnce-chipp Adventure. Okay, so what's going to happen? Like, how is this thing going to explode? How is everything going to stop? Well, it turns out Steven just looks at me, hey, we gotta have an extensional script for the generator room. That was actually pretty smart of him. I knew we could have something. I knew he could actually be a good hand. And he was for acting, yes. But he thought of this extensional script. However, we actually never really got a chance to write it down. It was all like, we have memory things to record this part of the script. Although with me, I have memory issues when it comes to some things. So, it was hard for me to remember lines. But luckily, this still turned out to help Colnce-chipp's revenge actually work properly. So, special thanks to Steven for writing the extensional script. And this whole entire part here is the extensional script. The whole entire generator room. So, that helped a lot.
Man, you're strong. But I do know that I got stronger powers than you do.
Your powers are weaker than my 86-year-old grandmother's jokes, and believe me when I say, they are quite pathetic.
Okay, Steven just had a little too much fun when it came to that part. Your powers are weaker than my 86-year-old grandmother's jokes, and believe me when I say, they are quite pathetic. There actually was a reason why he did that. Him and his grandmother actually do have issues. And when it came to the part when I said, man, you're strong, you could hear a little fade. I actually said, man, Turbocharger, you're strong. But at the time, I didn't want Sunchipp to know that it was Turbocharger until Turbocharger said, I always enjoyed a good challenge. Sunchipp then knew it was Turbocharger because Turbocharger always enjoys a good challenge. So, that's when everything just decided to snap. Then, this whole entire battle. Oh, I should have also mentioned earlier, that director that Turbocharger pushed down, that was Steven Spielberg. The way the character looks, too, that was Steven Spielberg. So we just killed the director of the video.
Or are you just going to be another disappointment?
And since when did you get telekinesis?
We're in Morgansburg. You forget that. And whenever someone's recruited here, usually, they're granted a special ability. Mine just happens to be more fun than most.
I honestly like the way Steven thought of that for Morgansburg. That actually helped out a lot. So I decided to make that an actual thing for the Super Sunchipp Adventure series. Whenever you go to Morgansburg, you're granted a special ability. That is, if you're fit for the Morgansburg area. Sunchipp has Iron Wings, Turbocharger, Telekinesis. Colnce-chipp, his Russian ability. Other abilities I have not even thought about. Although with Lisa though, her ability is natural. She has a good eye when it comes to a gun. And with Sam, he has good technology skills. Pitchness's ability was actually natural as well, because he's a plant. Other abilities I have never thought of, as of yet. So, when there's a chance to have somebody actually become part of Morgansburg, they could either choose to be like, they could have an ability, or they don't have to have an ability. It's all up if they're fit for Morgansburg. I also gotta rewind a little bit. There is a sound for when Sunchipp had 2 exclamation points around his head. I worked on that with a BFXR program that has 8-bit sound effects. You can work on 8-bit sound effects. What I was originally planning on having I was originally planning on having some sort of horn, like a derp horn sound. Although for some reason that sound did not process through. So I added my own sound for that scene, which didn't turn out to be as funny as I thought it was gonna turn out to be, because of the air horn not processing through. So I gotta rewind at that point a little bit.
What? In the meantime, I'll see what's up with Pitchness. Pitchness.
I had to add a quick freeze frame. That thing coming out of the side of the wall, I wanted to like have a little joke when the boom guy, the boom mic guy, the guy who holds the microphone, let's just simplify it. I wanted to have it so it's like he can't really lift it much. It's too heavy. So it's like, okay, there's the microphone peeping through the wall. Only for a split second though will you be able to see that. So pause it at a good time, and the microphone will drop, and then it will come back again. So keep a sharp eye out for that.
We gotta go. The fortress is about to blow. Alright, we better make it quick.
And then things start to die off. Now with the animation with the fortress blowing up, I forgot to have a little thing when it zooms out first, because I never found out how to do that. I only found out how to render it when it just blows up right away. I flipped the image around, and then just had it zoom out like that. So I guess that's all I gotta say for that part. So, because of 2 reasons for this, because of the 2 deaths that happened at the end of March of 2016, death was the only thing on my mind at the moment. And then I thought, you know what, Pitchness just wanted to kill himself. so we had Sunchipp to try to find a way to kill him. And after I uploaded this video onto YouTube,
Hey, Pitchness.
I got news saying that another
Right?
close friend of mine passed away at the same time. So that's pleasant,
Fine.
but because of everything involving death in my mind at this
You
time,
do me a favor. Right?
it's just like, okay,
Sure, what's up?
Pitchness has to get killed off just to make things a little better in life.
I need
And then after I put this whole thing together, and while I was actually putting this together,
I'll help you all out.
I really got emotional because Pitchness
I won't
turned
kill
out to be a good guy in this
you. Come on,
video.
Sunchipp. Open
And
your
it's
eyes.
just like,
I'm the one
you're
who
killing off a
started
good
this
guy
all.
that tried to help you.
I have faith in you.
You can't do that. Like, Pitchness became a likable
Alright.
character,
If you won't
and
kill
you're
me,
just going to kill him off like
I'll
this.
just go kill myself. You're not
I
doing that either,
really got
Pitchness.
emotional when I was putting this part together.
I'm doing this for Lisa.
And you could ask anybody, I was
understand.
crying at this time.
You don't
so,
want her to get kidnapped again, do you?
yeah, thought I should bring that up.
Got a point.
I also thought
I
I'd mention
don't
something at the
know.
same time
Well,
about
yeah,
the
I
fortress
want Lisa to be
explosion.
safe.
That render was a
I
bit
don't
fast as
know.
well, as including
with
the
you. He wants to end the
part
Super
with the
Sunchipp
fortress
Adventure.
fly-through that I mentioned earlier. It's like, okay, it just kind of rendered fast. I gotta slow this one
That's the
down.
spirit, Sunchipp.
And because of me slowing this one down, you could even actually tell that the explosion was kind of slow. But not majorly.
You ready?
But I thought I'd mention that as well. A lot of the Blender renders kind of went by fast. But luckily, it went by fast for the ending credits, and that was actually a good part. Because I wanted the credits to go by fast, not like freakishly slow.
Moments pass like photographs, like pages filled with our past. You're the happy ending to this tale, and now I can't fail. I'm reckless without a plan. You know that I'm no Superman, but I can keep you safe if you hold on. I know this can't be wrong. Can't do this without you. Together we can make it through these roads around the battleground. Chapters closed on a new start. Getting to my favorite part, 'cause you're the only one who can tame my dragon. Despite my strong desire, sometimes feel my breath of fire. It doesn't mean I'm angry, just confused. I don't know how to choose between my bitterness and the ending that comes after this. I know I want you, though it's hard to change. So let's just turn the page. Can't do this without you. Together we can make it through these roads around the battleground. Chapters closed on a new start. Getting to my favorite part, 'cause you're the only one found home. It's a happy ending. No one's gonna stop us now. I'm a beast with a heart that's frozen, but with you my eyes are open. I see the struggles coming.
Well, hey, that was Colnce-chipp's Revenge. I hope you actually liked that one, and I did another one like that for Island of the Lost Tribe years ago. However, that was years ago, and I might have left a few things out, like I have with this one. I mentioned in the ending credits I would put together a bloopers video. However, I won't be doing that because I have lost all of the files. No joke, I lost all the files. And it was a whole nother computer that just crashed. Like, crashed for good, let's say. Like, the 2 hard drives died. Everything's lost. We even lost the box that we copied the files into. But otherwise, this video was amazing. It started January of 2016 through June of 2016. I was planning on doing another one behind aperture walls, but for many reasons, that video had to be cancelled. As you know, the same thing happened with our Purple Guy video. We had to cancel that due to many reasons at the same time. A lot of the actors had fun while recording this. We were planning on a sequel, Rise of Morgansburg. However, due to technical issues, that also got canceled at the same time. And so, yeah. I gotta take a break from speaking. I forgot to take my medications for my seizure things, and my head is killing me at the moment. So, I gotta take a break from speaking. So, otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this, and again, it was a lot of fun recording. A lot of us actually enjoyed the process of everything. So, alright, I'm Sunchipp, and I don't know if I'll continue videos while I'm in West Virginia again. But if so, I hope you enjoy them if they come out. But otherwise, I'll see you all in the near future. Peace out.